Peep how as All Might's on the move, this man All For One pops out the building with the most devious smile on his face. Bro really moving like Z Broly. Then proceeds to give All Might the meanest hook to the rib cage. And that couldn't have been coincidental. Bro had to have been targeting that nasty looking weak spot of his. Cause he had a clear shot to the face, but bro's like, nah, give me that rib cage. Like, that's a whole different style of fighting. Just look at the way he winded his arm back. He was ready to end All Might's whole career right there. But All Might wasn't going to let that slide and chose to do something absolutely diabolical. Now, I don't know what type of timing All Might was on, but this was absolutely horrendous. All Might done shoved his arm down All For One's throat. You could only imagine how bro was feeling in this moment. Gang had to be all types of confused. Then All Might starts to shoot in his mouth.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on.
My fault, I know that's a crazy way to put it, but I'm just telling you what happened. All Might had nefarious intentions that needed to be studied. He seen bro smile, mouth wide open, and noticed every inch of that throat and had to test a theory. I'm not gonna hold you, All For One new name might just be All For Throats. Oh yo, we're back, and as you can see, I done locked in and cooked up the first 4 episodes of My Hero Academia's final season. Now, if y'all hype for some My Hero content and would like to see more, go crazy on that like button, gang, and I got you. Can we crack 1,000 likes? Let's see. And let's be real, Bakugo done shot up to being a lot of people's favorite hero after these few episodes, which I am not surprised, cause bro was moving different. He locked in, really feeling like the main character. Now, I know y'all ready for this heat, so grab your golden Oreos and pink lemonade. Them shits fire. Now on with the heat. So the scene opens up to All Might staring down All For One looking like Talil when he met LeBron for the first time, and All Might decided for whatever reason to stand completely still holding a pose until All For One got closer. Like, gang, you do not look tough. I know your arm's in pain. Cut it out. Then he starts to equip armor like he's Iron Man, which isn't too far off cause this nigga technically like Iron Man just with the power of Class 1A's quirks he finessed. And once bro was armored up, it was time to commence the violence. So All Might put up on All For One, hitting him with his own version of Black Whip, causing an electrical current to prevent All For One from regenerating. Then hits All For One with shoe style, kicking the shit out of him repeatedly while simultaneously talking head. Now I'm not gonna hold you, I see the damage, but this man All For One does not look phased in the slightest. He's literally just eating the shit. So All For One claps back by hitting All Might with a mixture of quirks that he focused into one beam. Now whole time All Might was on some Goku versus Harutogun type shit, cause talking head was a part of the plan to completely rage bait All For One so that he could fight sloppily. So All Might goes back in to hit All For One with a right hook, but that shit shaved off 0 HP. Couldn't be me if a nigga ate all of my attacks while I'm giving it my all. GG's, justice can prevail another day cause I'm going home. But yeah, All For One knocks All Might back, but All Might pulled right back up, injecting All For One with super acid before getting knocked back again. Had All Might performing acrobatic stunts even he didn't know he was capable of. But All Might a dog, he got right back up and noticed that All For One's body is getting younger as the rewind quirk is progressing faster the more damage he takes. I don't care what you say, if I'm in a fight and I just got through folding a nigga, then he gets back up and starts laughing out of nowhere while standing oddly like a zombie. Gang, you got it, I no longer want to run the fade. Now All Might starts to level up, upgrading the fit, and look at this nigga, is this really the symbol of peace? Bro looks more like the symbol of doom. But yeah, All Might's on the move ready to get active, so All For One met him halfway cause he with the smoke too and tried to catch him in the alleyway, but All Might evades. But All For One wasn't finished with the setup and had these giant heads pop out the cut that started to chase All Might and tear off his tentacle. Oh yeah, and mind you, these niggas been talking trash the entire fight, I kid you not. The way these niggas were boxing while simultaneously talking trash, you'll think these niggas were brothers squabbling for the hell of it. Now peep how as All Might's on the move, this man All For One pops out the building with the most devious smile on his face. Bro really moving like Z Broly. Then proceeds to give All Might the meanest hook to the rib cage. And that couldn't have been coincidental. Bro had to have been targeting that nasty looking weak spot of his. Cause he had a clear shot to the face, but bro's like, nah, give me that rib cage. Like, that's a whole different style of fighting. Just look at the way he winded his arm back. He was ready to end All Might's whole career right there. But All Might wasn't going to let that slide and chose to do something absolutely diabolical. Now, I don't know what type of timing All Might was on, but this was absolutely horrendous. All Might done shoved his arm down All For One's throat. You could only imagine how bro was feeling in this moment. Gang had to be all types of confused. Then All Might starts to shoot in his mouth.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on.
My fault, I know that's a crazy way to put it, but I'm just telling you what happened. All Might had nefarious intentions that needed to be studied. He seen bro smile, mouth wide open, and noticed every inch of that throat and had to test a theory. I'm not gonna hold you, All For One new name might just be All For Throats. This goes beyond just fighting. All Might straight slipped it in his throat with no consent. Look, I don't care how crazy it gets, there's no reason you should be moving like that. Symbol of peace my ass, more like symbol of freaks. Now panning on the other side of things, we see this man Kuneta aura forming as he just finished packing up a group of heroes, with Aoyama being one of the few remaining. So Aoyama clapped back with a barrage of laser beams, which Invisible Girl suddenly pops out and followed up with the assist by redirecting the laser beams and attack Kuneta from behind, completely frying that nigga. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, after All Might was finished filling All For One's throat, the setup was complete as All For One gets toasted by a laser that shot out from a weapon from above. And to make sure that nigga can't escape, All Might hits him with radio waves to keep him at bay. Then he starts to explain how he used the students of Class 1A's quirks to finesse his way out of sticky situations. Now All For One tried to stop All Might, but to no avail. And whole time All Might been recording a fade in 4K for the world to see. But unfortunately the weapon's battery reserves hit zero, causing multiple condensers to overload, which led to the weapon exploding. And now All For One is free, so All Might wasted no time cause he knows he gotta pack this little nigga up ASAP. But All For One baited him with the beam and smacked the sonic rings out of All Might's body. Then was ready to pack up All Might once and for all, but suddenly became paralyzed as the ghost Stain pulled up with the assist, as he licked the blood of All For One, which rendered him immobile. And Stain tells All Might to get back in the mix, so they both make their way to All For One trying to boom bro. But All For One expelled all the blood from his body, cause he had already predicted that Stain would try something. Just look at how he's staring at Stain menacingly. But Stain's like, expelled or not, it's all the same. Now unfortunately for bro, it wasn't that simple, as All For One rewrote his blood, not leaving a trace. Then All For One tosses Stain through the city buildings and pulled up on him to take his quirk, which All Might tried to put a stop to, but to no avail, as All For One already boomed Stain, then tried to pack up All Might. Luckily though, he was saved by the drone Hercules. And you gotta admire All Might's dedication, cause despite the condition he's in, he's still trying to bait All For One in order to stall for time. Unfortunately though, All Might is no longer worth bro's time. The nigga was Iron Man at first, now he's Tony Stark, a regular human. What more can he do in this situation? Now that All Might's no longer relevant, All For One gets closer to Shigaraki so that he could be in range to use his sludge warp to teleport Shigaraki to his side so they could fuse. But Shigaraki resisted his hacks with his willpower, telling bro not to interrupt the fade. Now All For One has no choice but to go to Shigaraki, so he moved towards All Might. And just look at bro cheesing, he happy to be of relevance once again. So All Might's now in All For One's clutches, as All For One is using him as bait to force Deku to let go of Shigaraki and save All Might. So the stakes are high right now for little bro Deku, cause if he let go of Shigaraki, then he'll put everyone in danger, but if he don't save All Might, then the entire world will lose their symbol of peace. But All Might had one more trick up his sleeve. He was ready to blow himself up along with All For One, but All For One put a stop to that as well. Like bro has a counter for everything. Then he licked All Might's blood, as he now has Stain's blood curl quirk, rendering All Might immobile. Meanwhile, Gentle was done stabilizing UA and was ready to pull up for the save. But All For One sniped UA, even though he tried to snipe Gentle, but his aim sorry as hell. And shout out to these two elite cameramen, gotta love the dedication. These are the type of niggas that can capture any fade in 4K with the best of angles. But yeah, so the attack caused UA to start falling from the sky, which Gentle had no choice but to hold it back once again. Then niggas in jets pulled up but got dealt with easily. Meanwhile, Deku's still in the struggle to hold back Shigaraki while wanting to save All Might. And everyone around the world is watching as All For One is cracking All Might's back. Oh. Then suddenly an explosion went off in the distance, and it was none other than the dog Bakugo. And I'm telling you, this nigga Bakugo started moving different. So after staring at the scenery, Bakugo went on the move with Deku assisting Bakugo as he grabs hold of his hand, while activating gear shift for Bakugo and launches him towards All For One. Meanwhile, Shigaraki started talking head, saying that Bakugo is not going to make it in time and that All Might is cooked as his spirit is starting to take shape inside of Deku. Now I'm not gonna hold you, this nigga Shigaraki done hit Deku with a cold bar, talking about some, when the man who showed the world a dream dies, the dream will revert to reality. Bruh, that quote was nasty. He must have been taking notes from Madara Uchiha himself. But joke's on him, cause my nigga Bakugo managed to save All Might. Meanwhile, everyone spectating the situation is recognizing Bakugo for the dog he is. Oh yeah, and I know my nigga Natsu Dragneel when I see him, you gotta love the fairy tale reference. Also shout out to the big homie Edshot for patching Bakugo up, keeping him in the fight. And now my nigga Bakugo done leveled up. So All Might tells Bakugo to take his hand, and with doing so, All Might gives Bakugo the piece of armor that was attached to his arm, while addressing Bakugo by his hero name, Great Explosion Murder Guy Dynamite. Got Bakugo cheesing hard as hell. Meanwhile, All For One makes his way to Shigaraki. Now remember when I told you Bakugo's gonna start moving different? Yeah, lock in, cause this that time. He speed blitzed All For One and was like, I'm the final boss. Then he cooked that nigga. And look at the baddie Lady Nagun peeping the action from a distance. And All Might is surprised by Bakugo's insane speed, which Edshot lets him know that he was moving that way in his fight with Shigaraki as well. Meanwhile, Deku is trying to figure out a way to deal with Shigaraki Shigaraki. Now look at this amazing panel of the 4 of them lock again. The animators really cook with the art style. But yeah, All For One's on the move, completely ignoring Bakugo as he doesn't find him worth his time. Meanwhile, Bakugo now has an understanding on what's happening to his body and why he's able to move so fast, which is due to the pain of the sweat drops stored on the palm of his hands racing through his whole body. Now peep how bro moves so fast that it seemed like time completely stopped, but it was a bit too fast as Bakugo lost control. And panning on the other side of things, Bakugo's mom is spectating as his dad is being a wimp. So his mom told his dad to watch the fight because their son got that grin on his face that signifies he's about to cook up. And Bakugo is pressuring All For One so hard that bro starts to suffer from PTSD because Bakugo has similar features to Kudo, a guy All For One killed in the past. Meanwhile, Bakugo steady cooking bro. Then All For One got the tweaking and referred to Bakugo as Kudo. But Bakugo's like, nigga, you lost your mind, I am Kachan Bakugo. We then get hit with All For One's backstory where even as a jit he was killing niggas. Now his little brother Yoichi didn't like that and wanted him to stop, but All For One wasn't trying to hear it. They then make it to the crib and Yoichi done put him on comics. And 3 years later, after taking inspiration from the comics, All For One started moving like the villains in the comics, as he wants to create a world where everyone lives solely for his sake. Years passed and Yoichi was standing on business, as he don't like the evil route that All For One is taking, so he not trying to take that path with him. But All For One's like, well, that's too damn bad, little nigga, you ain't got a choice. Then All For One hooked Yoichi up with a quirk. Yoichi was then later found by Kudo and Bruce as he's sitting there helplessly on the ground. So Kudo tries to save Yoichi from All For One, but All For One's like, I bet if I can't have you, then no one can. So he killed Yoichi. But Yoichi's spirit now lives on within Kudo, and as All For One desperately tries to get Yoichi back, as his spirit always lives within those who possesses the one for all quirk, Yoichi always resists him, which All For One blames Kudo to be the reason. And since Bakugo resembles him, All For One wants to pack him up, but he doesn't have time as he needs to get to Shigaraki. So he prepares an attack to take down Bakugo, reach his goal, and transfer his quirk to Shigaraki all in one move. But Bakugo put a stop to him, then pulled up and hit All For One with the Howitzer impact. So All For One tries to clap back, so Bakugo matched the energy, then gripped his face and set off an explosion, sending All For One crashing to the ground. Now All For One's reverted to a baby and is still attempting to transfer his quirk to Shigaraki so he could once again take control, but Bakugo intercepts. So All For One attacks Bakugo, but Bakugo stopped the attack and was ready to pack up All For One. But All For One ended up reverting into a fetus, and then became wiped from existence. And it was a job well done by Bakugo. And yeah, that was My Hero Academia's final season, episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4 in all its greatness. You already know these few episodes are absolutely pure heat, a solid 10 out of 10 for me, cause My Hero never miss. Now, with that being said, if you made it this far, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and we moving. Also, I'm taking recommendations, bro, so hit the comments. And more heat on the way.